All right, let's see. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Okay, you guys came back. I was telling Alex that we had our monthly meeting last night on Zoom, so they missed us. Less than 24 hours. Good morning, everyone. Chat is open. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Thursday? Good morning, Carrie. I know you're gonna like this one. And we have a fun day today because it's new. We love new things. Yeah, Christian, love that. Friday Eve, Friday Junior. Grab your coffees and water. You're not gonna want to miss a minute of this.
Feel like we're about to do a workout. Feel like this is like the warm up, the stretching part of this.
This is the warm up. Get warmed up, guys. I love it. Welcome, everyone. Get started and give it like 1 more minute, 2 minutes. Let everybody get it. I won't make you wait too long. You guys were on time today. I'm wondering how many people this topic or this subject line was a little bit intimidating, because I won't lie. Big word, leaseback. I'm ready to hear it.
Should have just put a $sign and see what it was there.
Oh yeah. No, even last night we had a very cool title. You can't attract money if you're afraid of it. That's what we named the last night's webinar. So I like the vibes already. This September, we're hitting it off strong. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started with some announcements. All right, you guys, I'm not gonna make you wait because you are on time. And we are South Florida. We're from South Florida, so we could party forever. So let's get to it, you guys. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you for coming back after our fantastic monthly meeting last night. If you missed it, I'm sure it will be posted to our YouTube channel any minute now. Our team is working so hard to get those replays up in less than 24 hours for you guys. So please go catch up and watch that replay because it was really good. Definitely worth the watch. So good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Alexa, COO here at BPM RIA. That is Broward, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association, your only local and approved chapter here in South Florida that is partnered and in compliance with the National Real Estate Investors Association. And we have an awesome webinar for you guys and kind of like a vendor partner debut, you could say. So we're super happy and honored to have Sell to Rent here. They're going to discuss pretty much what they do in general for you guys because we are getting to know them and we are just really excited to hear what they have to offer for you guys. So they're going to discuss innovative real estate strategies, how to boost your portfolio with sale leaseback deals. We have this co-founder and CEO, Alex, as well as their investor acquisitions lead, Natalia, from Sell to Rent. I love that company name. It's a really cool name and just easy for us to remember too, right, guys? We have a lot going on here. So we have such a great raffle for you all. I am so, again, just grateful to be able to offer this to you guys. So in order to enter the raffle, all you need to do is text the word sell to our event and raffle line. It is 954-800-6961. and you will have a chance to win a free one-on-one strategy session plus $300 off your first sale leaseback. Pretty cool, you guys. And this is going to be with, like, I believe one of the VP people on the team. So either way, you guys, please go enter the raffle. It's such an amazing opportunity for you to learn and also get some discount there. We love that. So go ahead and text the word sell to our number you see on the screen. I put the details in the chat for you all as well, and I will announce the winner at the very end of today's webinar. So good luck. Easy way to keep up with events, super convenient. I love it. You got to do it. Just text the word BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line 954-800-6961, and you will get those text updates for all of our upcoming events, such as this webinar. You guys got a text this morning with the link. So easy, so convenient. So go ahead and text that word BPM REIA, all one word, to our number there, and you will get those text updates for all of our events and just make your life so easy and really convenient. It's my favorite way to keep up with our events. So, you guys, the November quick start is up. We have the link ready to go. I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. bpmquickstart.com. That's our 2 full day boot camp live via Zoom, where we teach wholesaling, flipping, and rehabbing, all based in South Florida. Of course, you can use these strategies and bring them to other places, but we have our experts here in South Florida that will be featured on this training for local business owners. And this entire training is led by our CEO and president, Anish Dave. So you guys can only imagine what you will get out of 2 full days with Anish. Plus, we put in the money back guarantee for you guys after the first day. If it's not your cup of tea, we guarantee your money back. So we want to see you guys here. If you're interested in the wholesaling, flipping, rehabbing, all of that good stuff, then this training is for you. It's going to be one of the safest trainings that you can take, and you get so much out of it. Plus, we want to work with you. We want to partner with you. So come learn with us and learn how to find the deals that we're looking for so you can get those deals in South Florida. All right, members, you get all the goodies. You get the National RIA benefit package. You get those discounts to Home Depot, Office Depot, self-directed IRA, CAMA plan, property insurance, Avis budget, all of those amazing benefits, QuickBooks, all the things that you need as real estate investors. You also get in free for our 4 quarterly networking meetings that we have per year. Your guests come in at a discount. And of course, you get member pricing on any of our trainings, workshops that we do charge member, non-member pricing for. So if you don't have your membership, go get it right now. You'll get access to our member portal, the member directory, National RIA data portal, all that good stuff. So, and you're part of the communities. What more can you ask for? So go get your memberships and let me know if you have any questions, you guys. Last but very not least, one-on-one coaching here at BPM RIA. Some of you may know we offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA, where we put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and split the profit 50-50. Some of you guys may have questions about this. I would if I was you. And this is where you're going to go book that discovery call on our website. I just dropped the link in the chat, bpmria.com. Book a discovery call, get locked in with me. During this call, be happy to give you the breakdown of everything we include in our coaching programs, the pricing. We give you the whole pie. So you're going to want to see what's included, as well as take advantage of this 1 hour consultation with a mentor that I will be more than happy to schedule for you. So I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you guys. I truly enjoy these conversations with you all, and it really helps me get what you need directly to you. So I absolutely love that. And I always want to take a moment to thank all of our vendor partners, such as Sell to Rent. Like, thank you guys so much for taking the time, and all of the incredible vendors that come out to our quarterly meetings. We could not have the amazing events that we do without you guys. And always want to take a moment to thank the National RIA as well. It is their 40th anniversary this year, so we will be meeting in New Orleans, which is where they actually originated. So that's going to be fun. And I believe Sell to Rent will be there as well. So that'll be really cool for us to get even some more insider knowledge, member deals, like all of the things that you guys are looking for as investors. We will be, us real leaders like myself will be soaking it all in, taking it all in, and bringing it back to you guys. Everything that we can possibly get for you guys, we're gonna get it, and we're gonna bring it back to you to get you the best of the best as always. So without further ado, I would love to present our amazing panelists here. I'm really excited today because just hearing Alex's background and what he has been through in his professional real estate career is just, nonetheless, it is impressive, you guys. He has, I mean, I don't know how old he is. He looks very young, but he has literally been doing this since he was 21. And just thinking about where I was at 21, I gasp. I gasp because I wish I had the knowledge that I have now at that age. He's still 21, guys, just for the record. But either way, we are so grateful. He's already started and co-founded two incredibly successful real estate companies, and now I believe it's his third real estate company that he co-founded. So it's just very impressive, and obviously he's doing something right. So here we are, guys. We're gonna take as much in as possible from Alex, but please, we don't want to miss any of your questions. So please direct your questions in the Q&A box. Also, we're going to be engaging with you all in the chat. So hopefully you put your sandwiches down, your breakfast down, coffees down for a minute, because we are going to be asking you guys to chime in and engage with us in the chat. I'll be putting the helpful links in the chat for you guys. I want you guys to get connected with Sell to Rent. I'm going to drop their website, everything you guys need in there. I'll keep reminding you about the raffle, but you guys, please give your attention to Alex and Natalia. I've been working with Natalia because, woman to woman, we're getting things done behind the scenes. But Alex, like, super honored and grateful to have you here, and just really excited just to hear your story, how you got here, everything that you have done with Sell to Rent. I'm super pumped and just ready to learn. So thank you for your time.
Let's do it. I want to make this as interactive as possible and not dense. So I have a quick presentation, but I would really like to, talk about any questions, concerns, ideas, just life lessons people want to learn about. I think it'll be fun to just experience share. And with
Awesome.
that, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. And don't be
Cool.
shy, you guys. Don't be shy. Then now is not the time to be shy. So,
The only caveat I got is like I don't see anybody. So if I
so
miss a
you
question,
have
someone
to be
just
in the
scream at
chat.
me because I have too many monitors open at the same time
We
and
got you.
no little faces. Cool. Happy Thursday, everybody. Love the experience here to just share a little bit about what we're building and where we came from and what we're trying to do. I know what we have is a completely different business model than most people are used to, but let's learn. Um, Cool. So listen, Sell-to-Rent is a digital platform. But we specialize in residential real estate. We help homeowners in distress on one side sell their homes, cash out, and stay as renters. We spend the last 4.5, 5 years really creating a win-win scenario for both sellers and buyers. This is always super awkward for me. So at a super high level, here's some quick history of me. I was born in Cuba. I moved to Miami when I was a little kid. Went to University of Florida. And then in 2008, in the great financial crisis, I started my first real estate company, which is 19 years ago. So I'm not 21, but I hopefully still look 21. And I started my first real estate company, out of a garage in Fort Lauderdale. Fast forward that 13 years, we ended up with lots of life lessons, lots of pitfalls, lots of gray hairs, and we ended up by the time I started selling everything, we had about 9,000 apartments throughout the US, 200 employees, property management, asset management, construction management, acquisitions, financing, the entire umbrella of buying and selling real estate and owning it. So like I said, I had a property management company. I know the pitfalls and the ups and downs of having 9,000 units every month and doing accounting and the entire thing. After that, right before COVID, I got more into like VC and angel investing and learning more about the tech world. And then we co-founded and started scaling Sale-to-Rent, which is the baby that we'll be talking about today. At a high level, we're a digital platform. Anybody could go to our website, sale-to-rent.com. In there, we have a little property section where it's our marketplace, our platform. And inside each of those is all our deals that are live. We launch new deals every single day. And once you register as an investor, it's free to all investors. You're able to get all the data on the properties. And we have an entire team behind the scenes that deals with sellers, deals with buyers, deals with transaction coordination, but we have humans behind the technology. This is not an open door that's always just an interactive chatbot. We are humans behind the scenes. So what do we do? What does Sale-to-Rent do? So in the simplest of terms, we're a platform that helps sellers all over the US. And we help them find investors that are willing to let the seller stay in their home post-closing. There's lots of pros on that we've engineered over the last couple of years. But overall, just to get everybody comfortable, we've done transactions in over 30 different states already. So not just in one location or one region. What is a sale-leaseback? In simple terms, it's a transaction where the seller stays in their home. We see lots of positive behind the scene things by keeping the seller in place. Real life experience from when I ran a big company like this. We used to break our heads open with business coaches and accountants and CFOs trying to figure out how we're going to raise our income. So our NOI, our net operating income. And after years of trying different things of charging for utilities, rubbing utilities, or changing financing strategies or things like that, we decided to do longer term leases and doing more of what if we just let our tenants stay in place? And it was an aha moment. So as an investor, how have we engineered this to be a benefit to you guys, right? So the word off market is truly real with us. None of our deals are marketed out in the world. It's not in Zillow, they're not on Redfin, they're not in anywhere you're going to see it, they're not in the MLS, they're on our platform. We know that for an investor to buy a leaseback, since they're not moving into the house, they have to have some sort of value add to it, some sort of meat on the bone for equity. So most of our deals are between 15 to 30% discounted. We're not wholesalers. We're not a platform of wholesalers. We will never be wholesalers. I just want to make that as fair as possible. We're a transactional platform in the middle, and we make a set fee paid by the seller. Okay. Our tenants typically stay in place. They typically stay from 6 months to a year. With the leases, the longest we've ever done is 5 years. And the shortest we've ever done is like 3 months, but on average is 2 to 5 years. Most of our properties don't need immediate repairs, so it's not like you need to get in there and hire a GC or do a bunch of rehab. They're occupied, they're tenant occupied, they have someone already there, and you don't have to spend extra money to get the highest rent. It's already in place. We have an entire support team the entire way from the moment the seller gets to us to the moment we close the transaction. We'll talk more about that later, but it's not, like I said before, it's not a chat bot or interactive website that you're just trying to figure out how you get customer service. We have everything behind the scenes. We introduce financing. We bring our lenders to the table. We introduce property management, contractors, realtors, whatever you guys need, we'll bring to the table. But we're hand-holding you the entire way. This is free to investors. And like I said, we have a really experienced team in-house that will help the seller and the buyer until the process closes. So from a monetary angle, how is this good for an investor? So we have the term cash flow from day one because the tenant's already in place. You're not buying a vacant property that you have to go give concessions or lease up. It's already there. They already know that there's a pit bull next door and that the school is this and traffic's at 7 a.m. because of the middle school. They're already there. You don't have to worry about turnover. You're buying the property at a discount from day one. Not one of our properties has ever sold for 100 cents on the dollar ever because the investor's not moving in. So we're very clear that this is an investment property. No vacancy, you need a lot less cash to close, which is something that as an experienced real estate investor, and in my network, it's always, this is the question of, you're going to do a transaction or you fall in love with it, you're going to risk something. How much money do I need is the final question. Like, there's no, you don't start go in the game of Monopoly if you don't realize how much money you need to buy the property. Because if you don't know that, you're going to be stuck from the get-go. And then this is a very dense slide, but I'll try to humanize it as best as I can. We do a lot behind the scenes, like a lot that no one knows about. So I'll give you guys kind of like a picture, which is sell to rent in the middle. On one side, we have sellers. On the other side, we have investors. Before the deal ever launches on our platform, when the seller comes to us, we underwrite the property. We do both rental and value comps. We negotiate with the seller to set their expectations. We put the property under contract so we control it. So there's no craziness and gray area. We get a loan quote for the investor, not for us, for them to figure out how much equity they need. We talk to the HOA if there's one in place to make sure there's no rental restrictions. We do a title pre-check to make sure that there's no craziness behind the scenes. There's no other sellers, no other mortgages, no restrictions, no HUD loans, no liens or violations, no solar panels. We have enough war scars to understand why we do this, right? We do a light inspection, so we get eyes on the ground. We make sure that we know what the physical state of the property is. And the reality is that we turn that over to the investor. Like, we don't keep that. We share everything. We're open door policy when it comes to that. Once all that passes and all that passes our smell test, we launch the deal on the platform. And once we do that, we engage our title company, which is nationwide and knows our leaseback platform. We help with the lease. We introduce the lender, and then our transaction coordinator team does the entire process post that through the closing. So it's not like you're trying to figure out on your own. We want to go as fast as possible and we want to make it efficient. So we've engineered our team to fit this. These are some reviews, nothing to go deep here, but we have lots of happy investors that have used us. Now, you want to highlight some of this?
Yeah. So hi everyone. I'm Natalia. I work for the investor side of Sell to Rent. We're trying to make the journey of investors that work with us as great as possible. So for the due diligence checklist, we prepared some specific highlights that you need to take into account whenever you're buying a buy and hold or a sale leaseback. Of course, if you buy any property with us, we will help you through all of these steps. And we already have a contract in place that takes care of most of it. But if in case you need some advice on how to do a due diligence, first you need to make sure that your purchase agreement has provisions such as inspections, due diligence, pre-closing inspection, so you make sure that what you buy at the end is what you initially signed for, and any remedies for default in case the seller decides not to continue with the transaction. This is very important right now because 15% of sellers are backing out last minute. So I highly recommend for you to add these remedies. For legal and ownership checks, we already do that. We have this pre-title check done, but of course it is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence, that you review the title, and also any restrictions like HOAs, any other restrictions like encroachments, all of that should be done prior in order to not have any surprises after buying the property. Also, a physical inspection, a walkthrough, or please revise our inspection report thoroughly so you can understand how, if there are any structural issues, any roofing problems, HVAC, anything major that needs to be addressed. And also, we can help with a contractor to go and estimate anything that needs to be done to the property, not immediately, but in a near future, so that you can have that estimate ready so that the finances make sense. Also, for the financial analysis, make sure the insurance, the taxes, the utility costs, you have an idea of what that means, so that you can have your net operating income as clear as possible in order to cash flow and not have any surprises. What is really important as well is to analyze the market and the environment. So, for example, make sure that there is not a flooding zone, or if it is, what kind of measures you can take in advance. The contaminated areas, or the painting, for example, for older properties may have some issues there. Also, a market analysis. What is the rent estimates, the demand, occupancy data, the school ratings, anything you can know about the market to make sure that you are investing in a market that will appreciate and that will have a good return when you decide to sell. We recommend this tool, myrealestateanalytics.com. Has great insights in each state and nationwide data, so you can make decisions with the correct information. That's it for this.
Yeah,
Also,
we'll keep it short. Go for
yeah,
it.
I would like to invite you to follow us in all of our social media and check our podcast. We share a lot of great insights, market trends. We interview great people. Well, actually, Alex does. He interviews a lot of great entrepreneurs in real estate business and leaders of opinion. So please follow us in YouTube and Spotify.
Yay. And I dropped those links in the chat for you guys too. So go follow them and get connected. You can never learn too much if you ask. I love it. I'm a big podcast girl. So, and I don't know what this QR code is, but I'm gonna scan it as well. So you guys do.
It's to register for free if anybody wants to check us out. It's the easiest thing possible, so you don't have to type anything. We just made it as easy as possible for anybody to interact with us.
You guys are awesome. All
And
right,
whenever
guys. Oh yeah,
and
please.
whenever if you guys want to register, you fill out your buy box, and we will only send deals that match your criteria. You will get a notification via SMS and email whenever we get a hot deal that matches your criteria. So just go ahead and sign.
Yep. And that's it. Like this is our final slide. I'll go back to the QR code, but I want to make this as interactive as possible. I talk about sell-to-rent all day, every day, nonstop. So whatever you guys want to talk about, just bring it up. And I don't see anybody, so that's. Alexa, you want to read the questions, or you want me? How do you want to do it?
Yeah, this is amazing, guys. Sorry, I'm like now I'm filling it out, but I will do that again later. You guys fill that out later. Let's get to the questions and let's see what you guys have. Since we only have limited time with these professionals. So let's see. I have Jackie in the Q&A. How many years are the sellers guaranteeing they will rent the property and at what terms? And then she has a follow-up question with that. Do you negotiate that for investors?
Cool. Yeah. So when the sellers first come to us, they have a dream. They say, I want to stay here for 3 more years, 5 more years. So we start there. We make sure they're realistic about the rent price. You know, everybody wants to pay $10 for rent. It's not realistic. They got to go to market value or a little bit above. We then introduce it to the marketplace, to our platform, and say, hey, all investors, what is the best solutions you guys have? A lot of times we're on point. They're like, I want you to stay for 3 years. No problem. Sometimes they're like, you know what? I want the house back in a year and a half. So the investor pushes back. So we start with the starting point of what we think the math works and the timeline works. But the reality is that we push for as long as the lease is possible. Like I'm telling you from real life experience, long-term leases are the key, not raising $50 a month. Like that actually does nothing in the scheme of things. Having vacancy and turnover kills you. So, you know, people live the dream of, oh, I raised the rents 3% or 5% or 10%. That is nothing. Raising $120 a month in the long term is nothing. Having vacancy for 2 months is destruction. Having turnover is destruction. So we try to push for long-term leases to protect the investor and to have peace of mind. But usually, like I said, leases are 2 to 5 years, but it's all negotiated and with the investor. The investor at the end says, "Hey, this is the contract that I want to execute. Here's my lease. Here's my PSA. Let's go from there."
I think that's really great feedback. You guys, let us know in the chat what you thought about that, because that was really great advice and great
Did
response.
I miss the backup? What was the second
Oh,
question?
sorry.
Did I screw it up?
Do you negotiate that for investors?
Yeah, so the investor brings it up. They produce their own lease, so they're protected. We'll walk them through it, but everything, the lease is executed before closing. So no one needs to be scared. All the transaction is teed up before the transaction closes. So it's not like you're having to do it on your own post-closing to track down the seller. No, it's all negotiated, signed before closing.
Look at that, you guys. I think that's exactly what we're looking for. So, Andres is asking, can you run down the numbers from an example property?
Yeah, okay. So imagine you are in, let me not say South Florida, but say Orlando, and the house is a $300,000 house. Usually rents are about a 10 and a half, 11 gross cap rate. And what that means in normal math is the rents are $2,400, $2,300. The seller wants to stay for 2 years and she's cashing out $150K. So we say, listen, why don't you prepay an entire year up front at $2,400? So, 30K at closing, right? That money comes to the seller at closing, to the buyer at closing. The reality is, instead of he's buying the home for $300,000, he's getting 20% financing. So there's, I don't know, 20, couple hundred, he needs 40, 60K. The reality is that now by getting the prepayment, you need less to close because you're buying the property at a discount. So the lender's willing to let you bring less to the table. And then going forward, if you get prepaid rent every single month, you're paying $1,200, $1,300, let's say, in taxes and insurance, mortgage payment, right? So there's pros and cons, but I've always wanted to get as much money as I can in the beginning, so I don't have to track anybody down, right? And we've seen multiple investors do this refi and do more and do another one and do another one and do another one. What we've seen the best investors for us, we know every private equity backed hedge fund, or you call them hedge funds, they're private equity backed groups. Mm-hmm. They buy the exact same buy box over and over and over again. The reality is our best investors are people who are willing to buy a house with a pool because they're getting a discount off market, or are willing to do a 5-year lease without touching the property today because they're nimble and they're willing to go to different markets, and because we put the investment in a box. We do as much as we can for them to execute through a closing transaction. So other numbers, like I said, probably 15 to 20 to 30% discount, longer term leases. You don't need to put the money to work today. I've done billions of dollars in transactions, and it's always value add. You got to put some, I don't care what's there today. I care what's there in 2 years. That's the same mindset with this. If I don't have to put the money to work today, why would I put $40,000 into the property to raise the rent $200? The math doesn't make sense, not to us. So, I said a lot of different things, but any other specific number you guys want me to cover, I'll cover. Our average gross cap rate is about a 10.5%.
Great. I hope that answers your question on this, because I just love how thorough you are, Alex. Thank you so much. And Andres is also asking, which I'm pretty sure you answered this.
Yep.
How do you get the financing for the buyer? And I think you had said that you had your internal lenders and people.
Yeah, so we know a bunch of lenders, and a lot of lenders are weird about location or leasebacks or LTV or LTC and all that type of stuff. We work with different lenders that understand our process and understand that the house is worth $100, you're buying at $85, right? And the reality is they're willing to allow the prepayment to be equity because it's being contributed at closing, which is a huge win because you need less cash to close. So we've already done hundreds of transactions with these lenders. They know how we work. They understand the process. So that's the way that we do it. We introduce them all the way before the property's launched. We get a quote. We introduce the lender. Once we find the final investor, we introduce them. They meet if they haven't already, and then we go through the closing process together.
Awesome. Love it, guys. Great questions. All right, Christian's asking what mechanism is used for the transfer of the property ownership? And then he follows that up with, is there another mortgage generated with a third-party lender?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a true closing. The previous mortgage gets paid off. The remaining equity gets cashed out. Any liens violations, anything prepayment gets deducted at closing. The rest of the money goes to the seller, and the buyer is the new owner. So it's a completely clear transaction. There's no double closing. There's no wholesale, like there's no craziness. It's straightforward and clear because our core customer is the seller and we want to protect them. But at the same time, if the investor is not aligned, this is never going to close. So we are super transparent. Super transparent. Like we're a platform. We don't have a wholesale mentality. We have a prop tech mentality. We have a transactional mentality, and we want this to be a win-win-win. Win for the seller, win for the buyer, and win for us in the middle.
I just want to add that just to give you an idea, we have deals that come with 5,000 prepaid rent and deals that come with 70,000 prepaid rent. So if used smartly, you can leverage that prepaid rent to come up with a deal with $10,000 from your pocket. So it all depends on the financials and what makes sense for the investor. But prepaid rent it's a great tool to take advantage from sale-leasebacks.
All right, you inspire me. I'll give you guys a real use case, a transaction that we did in New Mexico, and this is real use case. So one of my best friends went to University of Florida with me, works in AutoNation by you guys in Fort Lauderdale. He's a tech guy, except he wanted to get into real estate. So he sees the deal that we have in New Mexico, and the deal in New Mexico is an older gentleman that had paid down his house. He was single at this point. His ex-wife had passed away. His wife had passed away, and he wanted to stay there for a long time. He loved his little house in Albuquerque, except he wanted to get the money and do something with enjoy his life. True story, right? So we put the property under contract. My friend gets the contract, is a $200,000, he's buying it at $200,000. Before it closes, it appraised at $265,000, right? The older gentleman wanted to prepay rent because he's like, I don't want the stress. I'm taking the money at closing. Let me just fold it. So he prepaid 2 years at $2,000. So he, at the table, he brought $48,000 to the table, okay? So my friend ends up buying a $200,000 house that's worth $265,000 before closing for $9,000, right? Then every single month, he paid, I think, $1,400 to cover the debt service. A year later, the house was worth $315,000. He refied all his money out, the debt services, and now he took a bunch of money and bought 3 more properties from us. So that's a real use case of buying a lease back that's a discounted, bringing prepayment to the table, us helping with the loan, and doing it over and over and over and over again.
Hey, I hope does that answer your question, Daniel? Let us know if they answer your question, Daniel. If not, put something in the Q&A for me. And I have another question in the Q&A. And I'm sorry if you answered this. Are the loans traditional 30-year mortgages?
They're DSCR loans. I mean, the ones that we're bringing to the table. They're investor mortgages. I think they're amortized over 30 years, but they're 5 to 10 year loans. But most of these loans you want to refi after a couple of years once the property appreciates. So it's 100% DSCR. Let me try it again. Not 100%. 80% usually DSCR. 80% that's the loan of value. And by the way, just so you guys are newer to this didn't exist 5 years ago. This product. You would have to go to Chase or Washington Mutual or Wells Fargo and do this entire process, and they give you a colonoscopy about how your day job does this. Now, the house is the asset, and we know how to work with them. So this is a way easier solution for an investor than it was 5 years ago when this didn't exist.
Amazing. And thank you so much for that positive feedback in the chat, Carrie. This is brilliant. And we got to give all props to Anish because he's the one who really makes these amazing relationships with people like Alex and our point of contact, which you guys can find on our website. On their vendor partners, you'll see Danny Catan's point of contact for us at Sell to Rent. So don't hesitate to reach out to him. He wants to help you guys, and we're just excited to bring this to you all. So yes, and you guys, we are recording. We still have time. We're gonna keep answering questions, but we are recording. So be sure to find this replay on our YouTube channel and share it with somebody who needs it. So let's continue with questions, you guys. Thank you so much for all of your questions. They are awesome. So we have Emmanuel in the Q&A asking, what's the down payment %?
So usually it's an 80% finance loan. So it's 20%, but that shrinks depending on how much prepayment you could get. So it's usually 15%, 12% around there, depending on the asset that you get. And we look, like I said, I've broken my head inside and out 5 billion light years trying to figure out how do I get less equity needed to bring to the table. That's the last question you should be asking, right? So we play offense there and we try to get prepayment upfront as best as we can. And we bring the lender to the table and we negotiate a lower price point. And we do all this to protect the investor. So usually think about 12 to 15%.
All right, nice. And let me see in the chat, I see Carrie. How are leases and property management fees handled post-closing?
So that is 100% done by the buyer, right? We recommend top property managers in most major markets. But the reality is that I'm laughing because when you have a long-term tenant who's lived there already, who knows the property, who has prepaid rent, who has deposit, like most of our buyers, like calls and like, hey, is my seller still alive? Like, which is awesome, by the way, as a real estate owner, right? Don't call me, pay on time, and don't destroy the house. Cool, you win with me. So it's pretty laid back. It's pretty laid back. Also, because you're doing an inspection up front, you see what has to be done. A lot of times you don't have to do it right away. So a lot of it is more of a laid back relationship with the seller, but it's not so high touch point. You're not fix and flipping. You're not redoing the roof right away. You're not adding a room to the property. It's buy and hold for a long time.
Amazing. All right, guys. Love it, love it. Okay, so Jose showing some love for the example that you provided. So thank you, Jose. And he's asking, so I can run more than one transaction at a time, closing multiple properties simultaneously with your platform handling everything.
Yep. Yeah. So last month we did 14 different transactions in like 10 different states. We did Montana, Mississippi. We did all over the place and we run it all in-house. So I'm going to be extremely blunt here. We've got our asses kicked doing this nationally and we've learned how to do it. So at this point, you guys get to learn from the arrows on our backs and from doing inspections anywhere, getting pictures anywhere, doing title anywhere, doing all that type of stuff. We've already gotten our behinds kicked, right? So we deal with investors that buy multiple properties at once all over the place. No problem. To us, it's just another transaction. There's not a big deal.
Okay.
Exactly. And of course, if you are out of state, we can also do recommendations of property management companies, contractors, anything you need to make sure that you have a successful investment with us.
I love it, you guys. Thank you. And just make sure everybody in the chat, I don't want to miss your questions. Make sure you get those in the Q&A box if you can, but I'm gonna dive in so I don't lose them here. Daniel's asking, how do you market to sellers?
That's our secret sauce, Daniel.
Ooh.
I can't even see you. How am I going to give it to you? No, we
Yeah.
have all digital ways to get in front of them. We spend years building this machine. It's not a one ad, please click this thing. We have all sorts of ingenious ideas that we've got our behinds creating nationally. It's not just pay-per-click, it's not mailers, it's not a blimp over the Hard Rock Stadium doing a Dolphins game. No. We have lots of live lessons and experiences, partnerships, and ways that we get in front of these people. We deal with seller segments in divorce, in foreclosure, lost a job, medical emergency, family emergency, credit card debt, all these things that everybody wants to get into, and it's really hard to figure out how to do that. So I'm not going to give you all the secrets, but I'm going to tell you that we have an entire marketing team that all they do is stare at these things.
Oof, guys, secret sauce. Okay. Carolina, oh wow. Okay, Jean and Carolina have the same question here. How does sell to rent differentiate from wholesalers?
You're pinging me in the heart with the pain point. Okay, let
I
me give
know.
you.
I'm sorry.
I know who I'm speaking to, and I'm going to be as gentle as possible. But I started when I was 21 in real estate. I've done a crazy amount of volume and transaction and dollar and financing and sales and buys. 4 years ago, I didn't know what a wholesaler was. It's not a big industry in the scheme of things. right? So it's this way to get into real estate and be able to monetize, be in the middle. That's not what we're trying to do. We're building a platform, we're building an experience-led team, and the journey that's good for both sides. We're super upfront and personal about what we do. This is who we are. We charge 6%. We represent the seller. We're brought by them. We don't make more money. We don't make a spread. We're not doing a double closing. We don't have this gray area with a lady who's in distress who's like, oh, we're gonna help you. But then at the end, we're like, oh, somebody else is gonna buy this property. We are super transparent about what we do, how we do, and how we help each side. So that's my angle on how we differ from a wholesaler, because there's absolutely zero dark room here. Everything's clear, detailed, legal, broken up completely.
Another thing that set us apart is that we have direct contract with the seller. So there are no daisy chains, like we are selling this property to another person and this another person is double closing to another. No, all the transaction is direct with us and the seller. So that is a peace of mind that you don't have any surprises when you get to closing.
Yeah.
There you go, you guys. I hope that was very thorough. I think so. And you already answered one of Carrie's questions in here, that how do you prospect effectively out of state, which you guys, there's a reason why they got invited to the National RIA conference, because they have nailed this, across the nation, which is music to our ears, because a lot of us in Florida, we are investing in other places. A lot of people investing in Florida or out of Florida are investing in Florida and not other places. So definitely beneficial for all of us here. So I'm happy to hear that. Kyle is in the Q&A asking, can the sellers buy the properties again?
I think it's not fair you guys to get to see me smile and I don't see anybody. That was a life lesson learned, and they cannot. We do not play that game. Why? Because in different states, there's different legalities as to a buyback option. Is it considered a loan? What are the tax implications? What happens to interest? So there's absolutely no buyback with us. And we're super clear with the seller from the get-go that this is a transaction that's sold. If you guys want to cross that bridge after closing, that's on you, but we're not promising anything. We actually say that is not doable. So there's no buyback, and that's intentional.
All right, very clear, understood. And I am up at a pause on questions. So you guys, how are we feeling? We want to work with Sell to Rent. I think so. So I will remind you guys on our website, bpmria.com. I'll drop the link again in the chat. You will find Sell to Rent in there. Our point of contact, he's there for you, Danny Catan. His email, his phone number, everything is there for you. And then, of course, click that button, learn more about Sell to Rent. You'll get to their website where all of their social media is linked as well, their podcasts, everything. Definitely go along the journey with them with all of those amazing interviews. I'm sure they're very insightful as well. And of course, you guys, please feel free to share this replay with anyone that you think needs it. But as you guys are taking this all in, I know I have to pick a winner for our raffle. So if you guys don't be shy, this will be your last chance for questions until we have this amazing team back on our platform. I'm like, we are not a podcast, but we might as well be. So we guys, any questions? Don't be shy. I'm gonna have to spin the wheel here to get your winner. And let's see who it is. Okay. Any questions? Any last questions, you guys? Any final words, I suppose, before I announce this raffle winner, Alex and Natalia? We have a standstill. They're
No,
shocked.
look, I talk to investors all day, and we're building this platform, and our team is all over the place, and we do transactions everywhere. We spend the last 4.5 years, I'd say, building the infrastructure and the backbone to scale Sale to Rent. And we went really, really deep in the seller journey and understanding sellers and what they need and how we service them and how do we do a contract with one push and everything that we talked about. Now we're opening up. The reason we're doing this conversation is we're starting to grow the investor side of the platform, which is talking to more local mom and pop investors. And what's crazy to me coming from, when I started buying real estate in Fort Lauderdale, literally it was like, hey, who owns a property next door? You have to go to the Broward County property appraiser and click the folio number and see that they pay the taxes. Is there a list pendant? Who is the lender? Can you call the lender? And okay, the guy next to a different LLC, and the LLC is in Sunbiz inside another LLC. And now with technology, we're able to access so much so easy that we're able to get in and out and make the best decisions possible. What we're doing now is growing, like I said, the investor side. And what we're seeing is a lot of our best investors are not buying just where they are. They're buying in outside different locations where their money goes a lot further, right? Not just like people in California are buying in Ohio, people in Florida are buying in North Carolina, Tennessee. Our best states are probably Texas, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee right now. We've sold properties in North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. Like real estate's in many different places. There's 154 million single family homes, townhomes, and condos in the US. That's more than most countries like have humans. So it's just, if you're willing to go to Nebraska, if you're willing to go to Iowa, or you're willing to go somewhere where your dollar goes further, you shouldn't just be stuck to Broward County, which I lived there a long time. Florida's gotten expensive. Well, Tennessee's okay, right? Mississippi's okay, right? So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone when it comes to that. Look, when we owned real estate, I owned in Florida. When I thought Opelika got too expensive, I went to Central Florida. Then I went to Jacksonville. Then I went to Atlanta. Then I thought Atlanta was so expensive. Then I went to Warner Robins. Then went to Texas. Then went to Nebraska. Then South Dakota, North Dakota. Like it was uncomfortable, but it was an awesome way to stay in front of the wave instead of just competing with everybody and fighting with everybody for the same scraps. So that's my final thoughts.
So good. That was so good, Alex. And like we could not be more appreciative of you and your team's hard work to build this. Like you said, this did not exist 5 years ago. And it's so impressive and I love to see it. And I love that we have the opportunity to offer this to you guys. And while you were doing your incredible outro there, we did have some more questions come in. So we have time, guys. We have plenty of time. We are here for you and we want to answer as many questions as you guys have. Okay, so Libby is asking, does the platform have all the properties available inventory for selection?
Yeah, so what we do is we have everybody who registered, we get their buy box. And if they're registered and they're real and we trust them, we introduce the deals before even launching it on the platform, right? That's for more trusted investors to get an early look before we launch them. Once the deals are launched on the platform, we have all the inventory. We have, bi-weekly inventory blast that goes out that we make it as simple as possible. I would love to do APIs and all this future technological stuff. The reality is they get a Google Sheet or an Excel. And here's our data tape of all the deals coming through. Not because I want to, because it's the simplest way for everybody to take a look at stuff. At that point, each of them has one of our investor advisors assigned to it. So you can just pick up the phone or send an email or a text. Hey, give me more information about this property. And a human will talk to you about it. Okay. Once the deal goes on the platform, it's completely under contract. We are marketing it. We have all the data. We have the contract signed. Our title company's engaged. We have an inspection. We do all that. So yes, by the time the properties get launched on the platform, everything's ready to go. And we can give you whatever backup information you want as to, well, give me the rent comps, send me the appraisal or the inspection, how long do they want to stay for, all that stuff we can run with the moment we launch on the platform.
Yeah, and once you subscribe to our community, which we already have more than 5,000 investors right now in our community, once you subscribe to that, you get early access, as Alex said, but also you get the investor advisors can help you with the strategy, can help you with the numbers, with the net operating income calculations, whatever you need. These are experts that can help you through the transaction and make smarter decisions along the way. So that is also a benefit of joining our community.
Huge benefit, like you guys. Wow. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, so Daniel is asking, how can I work with your team in New Jersey? I'm connected to the South Jersey RIA, and they would love this. Well, I hope
Yeah,
they're
I
coming to
mean,
the National RIA conference.
Nat, drop your email on in the chat. I'm naked. I have a pen. I'm just talking right
I'll
now.
yeah, I'll
I
send
miss
you guys
no. I'm just saying, drop it
oh
in
yeah.
and communicate with Nat, and Nat can run point for any of these that you guys want to do. Like I said, we've been head down in a cave working with sellers. Now we're head up out of the cave, introducing our platform to buyers. So yeah, we'll love any intros and anybody who might be prospective buyers and introductions. That'll be great.
Perfect. I'm gonna give her email directly as well to you, Daniel. There you go. And it's in the chat, you guys. Oh, it's only to the hosts and panelists. So just click redo your message to everyone, Natalia, please.
Okay.
And then Jackie, it sounds like Libby answered your question. So that's great. I'm happy that we were able to do teamwork there. And okay, so next question. Jose is asking, so the subscription is free, question mark, or is there like a secret fee to unlock all of the deals?
The secret fees, don't be an asshole and be nice to us, and we will be free forever. Yeah, I know it's free to the seller, to the buyer. I mean, our fees paid by the seller as part of our contract. The moment you see the house is 300K, everything's included inside of that. There's no extra fees, there's no double close, like everything is already baked into that. We just look, honestly, we want investors that want to grow, that are part of our, are honest and to the point. There's a no assholes rules in our company. We want to work with fun people, and we want to work with real people, and be honest with us. Like, we've been the investors that doesn't have all the equity closing, so we need to figure out how to do it. Like, we've already done this and are scaling this. We just want real humans on the other side, and we don't want to get lied to. That's straight up.
Mhm.
Perfect. I think we can handle that, guys, because that's how we roll here at BPM RIA as well. We're our events like this one, open to the public. So all we ask is that you are respectful and it's reciprocated. So we love that energy. And let me get you, Natalia, because I see that you are trying to switch it. And let me get your email in the chat for everybody. Just for Daniel, here you go, and anyone else who needs it. And don't worry, you guys, I will be sending each and every one of you a follow-up email after today's class. So look out for that. It'll be coming from me, Alexa at bpmria.com. So look out for that. Look out for that email from me. And do we have any questions? It looks like you guys got a lot out of today, which I'm so happy to see. And if you have any last questions, please don't hesitate. Just gonna quickly let you guys know from Alex Cuban to Cuban, we have Real Latino that is dropping tonight, first ever meetup. I'm just going to drop the upcoming events link in the chat right now. One of our members, and he was also in the coaching program and our mastermind. He's just involved in pretty much everything we do. Antonio Lopez, he started Real Latino, and they're having their first event tonight, which it's going to be everything in Spanish. Going to be so cool. We're so happy for him. So that you got me. I might have to connect you guys as well, because it sounds like there might be some good opportunities in there that you guys might be interested. And Antonio is like very proud of his Cuban ethnicity, and it's just really cool. So we love that. So you guys, if you are looking to get into the Hispanic RIA community, we now have that available for you, which we are so honored and grateful to be able to drop that in. So let's see. I don't see any more questions. No, Brenda, it is in person. It's in Las Olas in downtown at the Veneto, which is like one of the newer buildings there. It's gonna be really nice. So yeah, gonna be a nice time to get together and just network and see what this whole Real Latino thing is all about. So I hope that sounds fun to some of you. But I do have a winner for the raffle. So drum roll. The winner for the free one-on-one with one of their VPs, as well as the $300 discount on the first leaseback deal. Winner is Daniel S. We have so many Daniels in this
Congratulations.
webinar right now, but specifically Daniel S. Congratulations. I know you put some questions in there, so I hope that means you are very much interested. It sounds like you are, so congratulations. And I will be sure to connect you with Natalia so that you can obtain your raffle prize. And everyone else who entered, thank you so much for entering. And we hope to bring even more opportunities to you. But I feel like just being in this webinar and hearing all these amazing questions and answers and all of this, like I hope that this made it way worth your time, you guys. That is the whole point of us having them on here. So I hope that you got a lot out of it today. And I will drop the link for the YouTube channel in the chat one more time so that you guys can subscribe. You'll get the notification. We will get the replay posted in less than 24 hours, most likely before the end of today. And National RIA, for those that don't know about it, I'm going to drop the link in the chat one more time for that as well. And then, of course, you guys book your discovery call with me on the website. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. But please go to the website to go to sell to rent under vendor partners, click learn more, get on their newsletter, subscribe to their YouTube, podcast, social medias, stay connected, get on the email list, all the things so that you stay up to date with everything they have going on. It sounds like they have some incredible deals and offers and opportunities for you guys. So be sure to stay plugged in and continue learning with them on this journey that it's just amazing to see that you guys have mastered multiple states, already 30 something states. That's so cool. And we love to see it. So I just want to thank you guys so much for your time and all of the amazing replies to these questions. You guys got blasted today. I'm thank you guys. Thank you everyone in this webinar for blasting them with the questions. I absolutely love that. And I hope that you guys feel good after this webinar, feel good to reach out to Sell to Rent, and get some great deals. And then not just in Florida, don't be shy. We can expand. We can expand and we can learn. And they've done all the hard work for us, which again, like, great job to Alex and the team because it was just, yeah, this is mind blowing compared to what we had available just 5 years ago. So just think of where you can be in 5 years from now. And that should be the biggest inspiration to you guys. So yay! Oh, thank you again, Alex, Natalia. Any final words once again? I will bother everyone in here one more time. Give us 5 stars on Google if you have a moment, please. 5 stars on Google. Tell us that you love this webinar. And yeah, show some love on Google. We need that. And I'll be happy to reward you guys for your effort on doing that. I would appreciate it. So thank you
Thank
guys.
you. Appreciate the
Thank you.
time.
Looking forward to connecting.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you
you
so
guys,
much.
so thank you guys so much. Really, really amazing. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. Don't forget, Real Latino tonight. This Saturday, we have our online workshop, multifamily from 9 to 1 on Zoom. So we always have something for you guys. We'll never have you guys bored. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, but I will be sending each and every one of you a thank you email once we get off this webinar. So look out for that, and we will see you next time. Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Have a good
Bye.
one.